To Kobe, Gianna, and all other victims. So this one's for you, Kobe.
This is it, man. Sunday at around 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 a.m. in California. Kobe Bryant dies in a helicopter crash. Where were you, bro?
Dude, I was downstairs, like, just with my parents. Well, not my parents, but my brother, and then my dad just comes, like, he wasn't hysterical, but he just kind of was trying to get my attention. He was like, something happened to Kobe in the helicopter, and I'm like, what? So I run upstairs, and we're like just flipping through news channels, and like nothing is confirmed. And then to me, I'm like, oh, this is fake. This isn't true. Like, it's probably a hoax, because that tends to happen these days.
That's the same thing I thought.
No, I thought it was like it was fake. There's like no way that could happen. Like, what are you talking about? And then, TMZ, like, I don't know, I just kind of felt iffy about it. So I just was optimistic. I wasn't sad, right? Like, I was just shocked, but I was still like, oh, this is probably just a misunderstanding. And then obviously as the moments, the moment came closer, it was obviously revealed that he did pass away along with his 13-year-old daughter and just, the other parents that he was with on the way to the tournament and, the pilot. And it sucks. Because, like, you don't really think about these type of things. We're basketball fans. Like, we think that these guys are immortal, They're not going to die. They're not going to pass away. And then for a guy like Kobe, like, out of all people, Kobe, like, now we didn't really get to see him play, like, in his prime and things like that. Because that was just a little bit after, I got into basketball a little bit after that, so unfortunately I missed out on all of it, but it sucks. And it's like, I wasn't hysterical, but it just kind of makes you realize, like, damn, like, we're fragile, anything could happen. So that's
Especially for it to happen to like a guy like Kobe.
exactly, that's what I mean. Like, you don't expect, like, guys like Kobe, our idols, the people that we grew up just watching. Obviously we watched Kobe at the tail end of his career, but even then he gave us one of the best final games ever. I saw that game live, so like I did get to see Kobe in that sense. Like, he he just never gave up, and that's something that it was bigger than basketball, to be honest.
Bro, it was insane. Like, I was so I was at the like Super Bowl experience thing, NFL experience thing, and I was waiting for an activity. And the lady in front of us, like me and my girlfriend, they're waiting in line. And the lady in front of us, out of nowhere, like, I see her phone, turns to her husband and says, "Kobe Bryant just died." So then me and my girlfriend look at each other and we're like, "What?" Like, there's no way. Like, my first thought was that it was a hoax. Like,
Yeah.
and the fact that LeBron passed him the day before on the all-time scoring list. So I was like, oh, this is for sure a hoax. Like, people are just trying to get, like, clickbait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what I thought it was at first, now that you bring that up? I thought it was like someone memeing that Kobe Bryant died because LeBron passed him type shit. I thought it was a meme or something. Like, that's not funny,
I guess because, like, I saw it on, I don't know, like, because I literally saw the lady's phone, and it was a text message from someone, and it was, like, the TMZ thumbnail. A picture of Kobe Bryant. It said, Kobe Bryant dies in a crash or whatever it was. I had some headline, like, I didn't know how he died. She just, like, said, oh, like, Kobe Bryant died. So I immediately go on Twitter, and I was like, I type in Kobe Bryant, and nothing came up. It was kind of like people's tweets from the day before. And then I start refreshing, and then 1 second ago, 5 seconds ago, 10 seconds ago, all these new tweets are popping up. Kobe Bryant dies in a fatal helicopter crash. Kobe Bryant, at the time it was like 3 others or something, believed to have died in a helicopter crash, whatever. And it's just, like, insane. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was out of nowhere. And the first thing I thought was, like, damn, like, out of everybody, Kobe. Because, like, Kobe's supposed to be the guy that's not supposed to die. You know what I mean? Like, he was unstoppable. Anything that came his way, he, like, deflected it. He ran through it. So it's just insane how, like, out of everybody, it would be Kobe Bryant.
Mm.
And we were talking earlier about, like, the odds of it happening, like, the day after a big thing happens with him. You know what I mean? Like, LeBron passes him on the all-time scoring list, and then literally the next day, not even 12 hours later, he dies.
And it goes to show, like, it's like, it just makes you appreciate the time you have. Like, not to get, in too deep to, we're a basketball podcast after all, but, it just goes to show, like, how much we take for granted, like, as people. And we just need to appreciate the shit, like, just what we have now, because I didn't wake up one day like, oh, Kobe Bryant's gonna die today.
Yeah.
And we have, players like, Bill Russell who's still here. And you would think, like, Kobe would get to that point.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not gonna happen.
And Bill Russell played basketball before Kobe was even born.
It's crazy.
It's insane. Like, I remember thinking about Kobe, like, you know how when you think about celebrities and, you never meet, we've never met Kobe in person or even got to, like, give him a high five or something, like, but with Kobe, I guess since we were kind of disconnected from it because, like, we're just not in LA, and seeing him on TV and seeing it, the whole Mamba mentality thing, like, it seemed like he wasn't even a real person. Like, it's insane how somebody was like him, or he was the way he was. He literally, like, he would literally tell people, like, Mamba mentality, work hard, get up at 5:30 a.m. every morning, do this. Like, he always has this saying that you have to work like you're the worst person in the gym. Like, you have to, if you go to the gym to work out, you have to work out like if you were the worst player. Like, if you're the worst player, like if you suck. Because if not, you won't get better. You won't be the best. And he lived that. Like, he lived through what he said. He practiced what he preached. And it just seems, like, so surreal how, like, someone was like that. Like, a lot of people say they have determination, they never give up. And, some people...
Kobe's, like, the walking definition of never giving up.
Yeah, like, people will, like, say that, and some of it, like, it'll be true to some extent, but Kobe literally was literal no excuses. Like, get up at 5:30, practice for 6 hours, and then the team practice starts, and then I'll do the team practice, and then I'll stick around a little bit later, and then I'll stick around for an hour or two to shoot around a little bit, just to cool down. It's like, it's insane. Like, he actually worked on his craft, and that's why he was so perfect at it. That's why he's considered one of the greats. But it's just so surreal that now it's kind of like, in a sense, he seems real because he wasn't invincible. This crazy, tragic thing happened, and I kind of wish he still wasn't real. You know what I mean?
Like, no, and my thing is like, I'm bummed out about it, but I can't imagine people that actually were from LA and were Lakers fans, because that's like
us losing Dwayne Wade.
Exactly. That I was gonna get to that. Like, that's like us losing a Dwayne Wade or like a Udonis Haslem, but this is Kobe. He transcended just a hometown team. Everyone knew who he was. Like, he was an icon.
And I think what makes it so much more grand, right? Because, for example, when Michael Jordan dies, it's going to be the same reaction. When LeBron dies, it's going to be the same reaction. But, for example, let's say it was Michael Jordan that died. It wouldn't have been as shocking because Michael Jordan is 20 years older than him, or however many years older than him. And he has been retired for 20 years. Or, 15 years, however long, 19 years, 17 years, whatever the number is. So, we've already been almost two decades without him playing. He's already had a pretty substantial life post-career. You know what I mean? So, it's like, okay, so we kind of lived, we saw him grow somewhat old, and he died, and yeah, he's a legend, but, like, pay your respects. But with Kobe...
It's like I remember just yesterday watching his final game.
Exactly, yeah.
Like it's crazy. Like,
he literally played 2 years ago. Like, he retired 2 years ago. And he's 41 years old. He's only been retired for a little bit. Just imagine in his retirement, and he dies unexpectedly. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like he was sick. It's not like we knew he, like, unfortunately he has a, terminal illness or something, and people are like starting to get ready, and people
Mm-hmm.
kind of know. No,
Like this was like
he was at an NBA game the night before.
like, and imagine we were talking about, you know, if the Lakers ever did go to the NBA Finals, bro, Kobe would be there. Like,
Yeah,
like Kobe, like he was gonna be like, I wouldn't say the next Spike Lee because he's not obnoxious and he's really stoic with his approach, but he was gonna be like just on the sidelines, like just being there as a
I
presence.
feel like he would be like kind of like the Drake of like how Drake is to Toronto, but he would mean
More serious.
more serious, but he would mean so much more. You know what I mean? Like that, like an ambassador, he's a celebrity, but it's like no, bro, but it's like fucking Kobe Bryant.
That's like
It's like if Michael Jordan would go to all the Bulls games.
that's like Wade and Bosch sitting courtside at the Heat game.
Exactly.
So it means there's a meaning to it. But
I don't know, man. Like it's just crazy because he was so young, and if you see what he accomplished like after his like NBA career, he won an Oscar and all this shit. Like he's been doing like a ton of charity stuff with his foundation and stuff like that, and it's just like, just imagine if I mean he has his own TV show on ESPN called Detailed, and just imagine like what else could have happened. Like I was really kind of looking forward to seeing the older Kobe.
yeah,
You know, like just like how we saw, like we got to see Shaq, or people got to experience like the monster that was Shaquille O'Neal in the '90s,
and then like post Shaq.
and then now we have Shaq in a fool. Like he was always funny and stuff, but now we have retirement Shaq. And when you retire, you get kind of softer, stuff like that. Like Michael Jordan's definitely a little bit softer, I feel like. So just imagine how Kobe would have been.
No, exactly. It's
Like I would have liked to see an older, softer Kobe.
no, and I feel like Kobe just meant a lot to like the younger guys that were just coming into the league, like Giannis, like
Devin Booker,
Devin Booker,
Trae Young.
Trae Young, and I really liked how Kobe would just tweet out these challenges to these guys, like, oh, I want you to win MVP, or I want you to do this, I want you to do that, and Kobe, I think the closest thing we have to Kobe, like currently right now in terms of like that mentality, is Giannis, bro. Like that's the closest thing we have to Kobe, and if it wasn't for Kobe, half the players we have now, they wouldn't even probably be what they are.
Yeah, bro. Like Giannis is like putting stuff on his back, like, and like Kobe gave him a lot of like pride and like not like training, but like mentoring him and stuff like that. But like, I know that a ton of players were. I'm like sick. I'm sorry, guys. But I know like a ton of players were definitely like devastated. Like I saw videos of, you know, Devin Booker crying, Trae Young crying. A lot of players have changed their numbers. If they were 8 or 24, they've been changing their numbers to a different number just out of respect. Some players are keeping their number if they have 8 or 24 because they want to honor Kobe. The Dallas Mavericks kind of officially retired. I think I don't know if it was 8 or 24.
I think it was 24. I don't know. I'm not sure.
From like they're retiring it officially. And I'm sure that a couple of other teams will follow. But it's just insane how that's just the NBA world. That's just the basketball world. Kobe was a worldwide phenomenon. Like it's just crazy how everybody in the world knows like right now like Kobe Bryant died and it means something to them. And it's just insane how I don't know, like he's just such a global personality that it's despite the circumstances, it's nice to know that, I'm pretty sure he's proud of his legacy that he left and like the impact he put on people because that's what he wanted. He wanted to change people's lives, and so many people are motivated because of him, because of like that Mamba mentality, and he really did like kind of like change the world. You know what I mean?
He did for sure.
I don't know, bro. So like, I wanted to like kind of like take a stroll down memory lane about Kobe's career. So like, first off, how crazy was it that he was drafted by the Hornets?
I remember that. It's like, what could have been, like,
Yeah,
it's insane. And then he went to the Lakers, but it's crazy that he did get drafted by the Hornets. I tend to forget that sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you're just so used to seeing him in purple and gold that you can't really envision him in.
And it's also crazy how like, in the beginning of his career, he wasn't a starter right out the gate. He like, he had to kind of work for the starter spot, and he was a bench player for like 2 or 3 years in his first 2 or 3 seasons, and then he became like starter Kobe, and then I feel like even though he was always good, he was a player that was that's one of the all-time greats, but he didn't like immediately start there. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like he was drafted and he was a starter, he was a difference maker right out the gate. No, like he played his minutes. He didn't play every game, he didn't start. He had to come off the bench, and then he became sixth man. Then he kind of like worked his way into the starting lineup and then became the star. But that's just like a really unique thing for like the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? Like LeBron gets drafted out of high school just like Kobe did, and you're this 17, 18-year-old kid in the league, but LeBron was fucking,
He was starting.
He was starting and dropping 20 a game like his first year and things like that, and also like a cool thing like Kobe was in the dunk contest.
I don't know. I vaguely remember that. Like I don't like. It's not one of those things where like I think about.
Yeah, but it's like exactly like he's done so many things that I don't know. He was just like he accomplished so much in basketball that a dunk contest like you don't even remember about, because that was I think one of like his first achievements, like one of his first things that he did. Kobe's known for dropping 81 points with the Raptors, fucking lining up that game, 60 points in his final game.
Dude, I think that's like the one thing I'm gonna remember, considering that like I actually got to witness that. Like,
yeah.
And it's funny because Shaq was like, "Oh, I want you to score 50," and he scored 61.
So he scored 60. Dude. 5 rings. It's insane. And just like he literally changed LA. He changed basketball. He was literally I think it was on First Take that they were talking about it. Max Kellerman was like, yeah, like everyone wants to be Michael Jordan. Everybody wants to be LeBron. Everybody wants to be Kobe. Well, at the time, everybody wanted to be Michael Jordan. Everybody wanted to be the best of all time. But the only person that was crazy enough to actually try was Kobe.
That's true.
That's what made him him. Like he actually that's what he wanted. He wanted to be better than Kobe.
To LeBron, Michael Jordan.
I mean, he wanted to be Kobe wanted to be better than Michael Jordan
because he had he just had
he had that drive in him and that that level of competitiveness, and he wanted to pass Jordan. And like I don't know, bro, just like the fact that he changed so many lives in the NBA, and so many teams were obviously affected by it because, for example, like Mark Cuban's retiring his number on the Mavs, and so many players were hurt by it and affected by it. So many former players, like seeing Jerry West's reaction about it, where Jerry West is like a father to him, or like Kobe's like a son to Jerry West. He was the one that brought him to LA, like traded for him and brought him in to work out. And seeing Shaq's reaction was heartbreaking. Seeing LeBron's reaction coming off the plane and like his Instagram post, Dwayne Wade's video. It's just like so many people showing so much love and stuff like that, and he's just changing the world. And for example, like right now before this, like my mom showed us a video of Mark Anthony honoring him. Soccer teams in Europe are honoring him. Roger Goodell of the commissioner of the NFL said that they're going to honor him in the Super Bowl on Sunday. And that's just really America. Like and the soccer teams, but so many places all over the world are celebrating his life and like his accomplishments, and
I feel
like
I just feel like it's only getting started. Like people, like that's just like the tip of the iceberg. I feel like he just has such a big impact that for events to come, like they're gonna honor him for just yeah, that's crazy.
And I think it's like it's good for his legacy too, like and one thing that was tragic was like I'll get back to the legacy thing later after this, but like the fact that his daughter was with him too in the crash is horrible, and she was supposed to be like the next
thing to Kobe.
Like she was supposed to be the next Kobe Bryant, like for women. She wanted to go to UConn and stuff, but speaking of Kobe's legacy, he still has three other girls and his wife, and even though it's obviously not the ideal situation, it really fucking sucks, but just knowing that he left a mark, and it could always be worse, but just the fact like of what he's leaving behind and everything he accomplished and how much he means to the city of LA, I want to see how the Lakers are gonna react this year.
We talked about this already. They're gonna win. Like they have to win.
Like
I honestly don't see any scenario right now in this current state of the NBA or just the current state of anything. The Lakers not winning the championship. After this, I mean, I don't really want to use Kobe's like this tragedy as like to spark a debate or anything like that. But I just feel like after LeBron, especially after his post, like it was like, okay, like I didn't want you guys to win, but now you have to win for Kobe.
I just want to see I feel like we're gonna see the best LeBron that's ever existed in the playoffs this year. I think he's gonna go off.
Yeah.
And I think that I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be kind of like old man LeBron that's wise, and he wins every fight because he knows exactly what he has to do. He has the force on his side. You know what I mean? Like he's like that wise guy now. Like he's not like a young superhero anymore. He's not like Iron Man 2008. Yeah. He's Iron Man 2019. He's smart. He's quick. He wins every time. You know what I mean? And he does whatever he has to do.
This is gonna be the final form of LeBron.
Literally, yeah.
This is his final. This is his final form. Like I feel like it's unfortunate what happened with Kobe, and it's shitty to talk about or to bring it up, but I feel like that, especially the day right before you pass him, and you lose him the next day. It's like fuck. Like let me not pass you. Like be in vain type shit. Like let me make this worthwhile.
Yeah.
Like let me continue on your legacy through.
And it's insane because that was literally the passing of the torch. You know what I mean? Like not that event, but the fact that they played together and like they are like. Because if you look at all the superstars in the past eras, it's the LeBron era, the Kobe era, the Michael Jordan era, the Johnson Bird era. You know what I mean? So Michael Jordan to Kobe was the same thing that Kobe was to LeBron. And it's just, the same way that, I don't know if, I did watch Kobe's game where he passed Michael Jordan on the list, but I don't remember if Michael Jordan was in attendance.
I don't think he was.
I don't think he was there, but I remember I think Michael Jordan put out a video where there was a phone call or something, and he was congratulating him and stuff like that, and just seeing LeBron pass Kobe on the all-time list in Kobe's hometown in Philly, and having Kobe actually be at the game and having that moment, that was just amazing. And it's also I feel like, for example, let's say if Kobe was still in the league now and LeBron passed him while they were both players, I don't think he would have been that way. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Because of his competitiveness, and he wouldn't have been I'm not gonna congratulate this guy because we're still competitors. I'm still in the game. But now that he's retired, he
has nothing to really prove.
He's already written his chapter.
Yeah,
which is.
No, and that's the thing. Kobe was one of those guys you hated to, you really hated to go against him.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Before Kobe retired, I didn't hate him because at this time the Lakers weren't really contenders. He was injured and all this shit would happen. But he was just one of those guys that just you didn't want to fuck with type of guy.
Yeah, and you knew not to.
And him being retired, the thing we were talking about, we see him as a different person, a new chapter. This is just the Kobe that gives back. He doesn't have to be that way anymore. He could just be easy with everyone. And it sucks because seeing, like you said, seeing LeBron and Kobe share that one last moment, it's tough, dude.
I'm pretty sure that if you would have asked me before, I would have said I always said the Lakers were title contenders. Obviously, I think they're the number one no matter what, even before.
Mm-hmm.
But now I don't have a doubt that the Lakers are gonna win the championship this year. If everybody stays healthy, everybody plays their role, everyone does their part. LeBron is gonna go the fuck off. I think LeBron's gonna average a triple double every game in the playoffs just because of this. He's gonna be getting 35-point triple doubles. I think he's gonna do some crazy shit with playmaking. Like I feel like he's gonna have like a crazy 20 assist game one day or something. AD's gonna pop off. The team is just gonna they're gonna rally for it, and I think it's really gonna be kind of like an ending of a whole chapter. Like we lost a legend, but I think LeBron is gonna honor Kobe, win the title this year, and like LeBron will also have that kind of accomplishment of winning a title for 3 different teams and being the number one guy and things like that. And I think after this year, if they win the title, I think after that, then LeBron is gonna kind of relax and let just watch upon the kingdom and not retire, but
just kind of not be as.
I don't think he's gonna be as insanely competitive and think like that. You know what I mean? Like I think he's just kind of gonna enjoy the game and enjoy his last couple of years in the league. I think like if once he wins the title for LA, which I think it's gonna be this year. So there it is, folks. Reminiscing about Kobe. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, Gianna, and to all the other victims of the crash, unfortunately. And that's it. If you like our podcast, share us on social media. Listen to us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or theopenshot.com. And remember, always have that Mamba mentality. Never give up.